Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make this super cute wallet. It's really easy to make and it's also very practical. So without further ado, let me tell you guys the materials you need to make this wallet. I'm going to be using mercerized cotton yarn by Yarnspiration. It is a number 3 light yarn and it's in the color blush, and I'm going to use approximately 25 grams of yarn. I'm also going to be using a 2.5mm hook. I'll use 2 stitch markers, a darning needle to weave in the ends, a pair of scissors. I'm also going to be using snap fasteners instead of magnetic buttons just because they are smaller, but it's really up to you whatever you want to use. So without further ado, let's get started with the tutorial. To start, I'm going to make a slip knot. So roll your yarn on your 2 fingers just like this, making an X shape. Then take your hook and pass it underneath here and grab the yarn over here. Turn your fingers, take them off and pull again to adjust it to your hook. Now that the slip knot is done, we're going to chain 61. So to chain, you have to yarn over your hook and pull through. So this is 1 chain. The little loop on your hook does not count as a chain. Yarn over, pull through, that's 2. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through, that's 4. So just repeat this until you have 61 chains on your hook. So when you're done making all of your chains, we're going to start crocheting. So we're now basically just going to make rows of the half double slip stitch. We're going to make 30 rows. So for the first row, we're going to work on the back bars of the chain. So this is the front of the chain where you see the little braids, and if you turn it, as you can see, there's little bumps. So we're going to crochet in these little bumps. So we're going to skip the first back bar and insert our hook in the second back bar. So yarn over, insert your hook in the second back bar like this. You're going to yarn over and pull through, and you're going to again pull through like this. So you can use your finger to help your hook glide through the loops because sometimes it can be a little tricky. So again, you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook in the next back bar. You're going to yarn over and pull through, and you're gonna pull through again. So I take my thumb and I place it on the stitch to help my hook go through the loops like this. Again, yarn over, insert your hook in the next back bar, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. And so we're gonna make this all across in each chain. So basically at the end of row 1, you should have 60 half double slip stitches. So again, I'm going to show you, you have to yarn over, insert your hook in the next back bar. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next back bar, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. Alright, so I'm going to do this all across my work, and I'll see you guys when I reach the end. Alright, so here I have 3 stitches left to make. And my last stitch. Like this. So now I'm done crocheting my 60 half double slip stitches. So now we're done with row 1. Row 2 is the row we're going to repeat over and over again until we have completed our 30 rows. So to start row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So now the only difference that we're gonna make is that we're going to crochet in the back loop only. So we're gonna skip the chain we just made, yarn over, so we're gonna skip the chain and insert our hook in the back loop of the first stitch. So skip the chain and insert your hook only in the back loop. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. If you're a beginner, I suggest you put a stitch marker on your first and last stitch to make sure that you don't add or forget to put any stitches. So here, as you can see, this stitch creates a little braid. So to know where to insert your hook, you really have to look at your work from above like this. So yarn over, insert your hook in the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. And we're gonna repeat this all across our work. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next back loop, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. Yarn over, insert your hook in the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. So repeat this all across. At the end of row 2, you should have 60 half double slip stitches in the back loop. So I'm gonna see you guys when I'm done. Alright, so here I have 2 stitches left to make. So here I'm done with row 2. Row 3 is going to be the exact same thing. So we're gonna chain 1, turn our work, and make 60 half double slip stitches. Again, we're going to skip the chain 1. We're gonna yarn over, insert our hook in the back loop of the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. And we're gonna repeat this all across, and we're gonna do this until we have a total of 30 rows. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my 30 rows off camera, and it's a really easy stitch because it's a 1 row repeat. You have to chain 1, do 60 half double slip stitches, and then turn your work and repeat that over and over again until you're done with all of your rows. And also, if you're a beginner, I really suggest you put a stitch marker on your first and last stitch to make sure that you have the right amount of stitches, because if you don't have the right amount, your work is gonna look crooked on the sides. So when you're done with your 30 rows, it should look something like this. If you're using another type of yarn, maybe your work is going to be a little bigger or a little smaller. So what I do is just that I take a card, because we're going to fold it like this. You should make sure that your card fits the width here. So if you can place your card like this and it fits, then you're good to go for the next step. All right, so what we're gonna do now is that we're going to count 40 stitches over here and 40 stitches on the bottom, because we're going to fold it like this and sew the sides here. So starting from my first stitch over here, I'm gonna count 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm gonna put a stitch marker like this. So here I have 40 stitches. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And put a stitch marker there too. Now that our stitch markers are placed, we're gonna fold our work like this. And we're gonna put back our hook in the loop. We're now going to make 20 slip stitches by inserting our hook here in like the back loop and in the front loop on the other side. So again, we're gonna insert our hook here and in the loop that's closest to it on the other side like this. We're gonna start by chaining 1. Okay, so we're gonna repeat that. You're gonna go to the next stitch and insert your hook in the back loop like this, and you're gonna insert your hook in the front loop on the other side like this. Yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. Again, next stitch, insert your hook in the back loop and in the front loop in here. Yarn over and pull through. Again, next stitch, back loop, front loop, yarn over and pull through. And so you're gonna repeat this all across. You have 20 slip stitches to make in total. So as you can see, the last one is a little harder, but you have to kind of pull it to be able to see it. Like this. Alright, so when you make your last slip stitch, you can chain 1, pull some yarn, and cut it. And now this little tail that you have left here, you can simply put it inside of your wallet. So just find a little hole, pass your yarn through, and pass the yarn inside. So now that we're done joining this side, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So insert your hook in the first stitch in the back loop like this, and take off your stitch marker and insert your hook in the front loop. When that's done, you can take your yarn and pull it through simply like this, and we're gonna repeat the same steps as we did for the other side. So we're gonna insert our hook in the back loop and in the front loop on the other side. We're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook. Again, back loop, front loop over here, yarn over and pull through. Again, back loop, front loop, yarn over and pull through. back, front, yarn over, pull through. So repeat that once again all over until the end. So now I'm done swinging this side. I'm gonna chain one and cut the yarn. So chain one, pull some yarn and cut it. I'm going to pull the yarn inside of my wallet. You can weave this in when you're done with your project. I'm also going to pull this tail of yarn inside of my wallet. All right, so here we're pretty much done with the hardest part, and now the only thing we have left to make is go around here to make like a cute white edge. If you like your wallet like this, you can always just leave it as it is and put your 2 buttons, and that's it. For this step, I'm going to use cream yarn. All right, so how I'm gonna do this is that this is your wallet. I'm gonna turn it like this, and I'm going to start on this corner. And we're going to insert our hook in the first stitch here, like this. And here we're gonna pull some yarn and chain one. After you're done chaining one, we're going to make single crochets in every stitch. So insert your hook through both loops like this and make a single crochet. So we're gonna do that for every stitch all around here until we reach the other little corner here. So again, next stitch in here, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through too. Next stitch in here, alright, so I'm going to continue making single crochets until I reach this corner here, and here we're going to make a small increase because it's a corner. So here I have one last stitch before I reach the corner. In this last stitch, I'm going to make an increase. I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So 1, and then insert your hook again in the same hole and make another single crochet. And now we can continue normally. So here, as you can see on the top of your work, it's a little bit different. What we're gonna do is that we're going to insert our hook in every little hole. So we're gonna insert our hook in this hole, then in this little hole, then in this one, then in this one, then in this one, so on and so forth until we reach the other corner over here. And we're also going to increase in this other corner. So I'm going to insert my hook and make a single crochet. So here I have reached the end. I'm going to make an increase in the last little hole here. I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the same hole. So this is one. I'm going to insert my hook in the same hole. and make a second single crochet like this. And now we can just go back here and make single crochets in every stitch until we reach the corner. So insert your hook through both loops and make a single crochet. So here I have reached the end. I have one last stitch to make here, and instead of making a single crochet, I'm going to make a slip stitch. So insert your hook in the last stitch through both loops. You're gonna yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook, just like this. Then chain one and pull some yarn. You're gonna cut it. You can pull on it a little bit. So we're now done going around our wallet, and this is what it looks like now. You can go ahead now and weave in all of these little ends. Once I'm done doing that, I'm gonna come back and see you guys. Okay, so now that I'm done weaving in all of my ends, I'm going to put my little buttons. They're snap fasteners, and I prefer to use these instead of magnetic buttons because these are much smaller, and so I feel like they look nicer. So I'm gonna take two. Fold your wallet, and it naturally just stops here. So I'm gonna take a button. So I'm gonna place my button where I want it to be. So on this side, I want my button to go underneath the white part, somewhere around here, like this. So I'm gonna place this button for this to work out. So it would be approximately here where I have to sew it in. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and sew it over here. All right, so now I've put my first button. I have to put my second one somewhere over here and make sure that they're pretty much in the same like height. So when you close your wallet, this doesn't become like crooked. Alright, so I think that here is pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and sew it in. Alright, now that I'm done with these two, I'm gonna go ahead and place my buttons on the top here. So I'm just gonna like do a straight line like this and place my button close to the white edge like this. So like I'm gonna put one over here and I'm gonna put another one over here like this. So now that we're done putting on our buttons, we're officially done with our little wallet. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed making this little wallet. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.